The modern-day office is furnished with so many different types of office equipment that it might be hard for some people to understand them. However, this high-quality equipment greatly affects a team's productivity on how the company is perceived by its customers. Here are some of the major office equipment and their uses you should be aware of. To run a successful business, one must first and foremost hire the right people. However, for those employees to perform their jobs effectively, they also need access to the proper tools, supplies, and equipment. Learn about some of the standard types of office equipment. What are the types of office equipment and their uses? What is office equipment? The definition of office equipment is pretty straightforward. It is an umbrella term for the machinery, supplies, and other paraphernalia that can be found in an office. This includes everything from various electronics to mops and thumbtacks. 10 office equipment and their uses. Even if your office is the size of a tiny cupboard, some things should be in it. Without them, running a business would be incredibly hard, if not impossible. People had to rely on abacuses or even calculator. There was no internet or solitaire. These issues vanished with the advent of the digital age. Computers swiftly replaced clumsy and antiquated typewriters, and calculators reduced the need for information to be physically stored, and generally made life simpler. The successful operation of the business still depends on telephones, despite the fact that the internet is gradually eliminating the need for them in workplaces. Not everyone likes to communicate in writing, and not everyone has access to the internet. Therefore, a phone is needed if you want to be reached at your workplace. In addition to making and receiving calls, modern office phones contain a wide range of other useful features. You can ask callers to leave a message on the answering machine or put them on hold if you have a lot of clients but few employees, for instance. Additionally, some phones have fax capabilities that transmit and receive paper-based documents and files. Sometimes possessing a file's digital copy alone is insufficient. For example, some documents must be printed out because they need actual signatures. Digital data storage devices are also not always trustworthy. Because of this, every workplace needs a printer, no matter how small. A printer's obvious purpose is to print stuff. It can print anything from tiny photographs to enormous posters, depending on the model. Since it can print as many copies, a printer is an extremely practical device that simplifies working in an office. Although printing things out is always necessary, there may also be a need to convert a printed document into a digital format. Scanners can help with it. Anything can be converted to a digital format, including a word, an image, a photograph, or a face. Copiers are slightly antiquated but practical devices that let you make virtually endless copies of anything you need. Copiers can make copies without computers, although printers and scanners depend heavily on them. Nowadays, most offices buy equipment that combines the capabilities of a printer, scanner, and copier. They are more expensive and heavier, but they're considerably more practical because you can print, copy, and scan with only one device rather than 3. Every business has private information that should never get into the wrong hands. This contains private records on former and current employees, top secret records, or financial records. It wouldn't be appropriate to dump them in the garbage if there was a need to get rid of them, since someone might find them and use them against you. All of the devices mentioned above are great, but most rely on paper to operate. As a result, stationery is among the top items on this list. This also includes pencils, staples, paper clips, sticky notes, and other items in addition to paper. The many uses of stationery range from labeling, sticky notes, markers, and pens, and serving as a reminder to binding items together with tape, paper clips, or staples. In addition, some workplaces also have webcams, headsets, TVs, air conditioning units, etc. Of course, these things are not obligatory, but they make working at the office more pleasant. In addition, there are also all sorts of internet equipment, including modems, Wi-Fi routers, ports, servers, etc., which are important for larger companies. Many offices have equipment logs, where every table, chair, computer, and mouse are accounted for. This, in turn, requires a lot of labels. To make things easier, office owners invest in label makers that allow you to produce multiple labels in a short time. The labels can also differentiate people's things, mark various cables, or attach important notes. This workplace equipment is not all that popular, but it is useful nonetheless. Laminators can preserve important documents, create durable business cards, make ID badges, and do other cool things. However, small offices rarely require them. We are going to end this video right away. If you have any query or information to share, please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.